Well, hello. So this is the last card I have to film. It uses the bottled happiness or bottle of happiness or something like that. Okay, so I chose to do some of the stamping with the Stamparatus just because it makes things a little bit easier. All right, so let's grab our packet and let me show you what's in here. So you have a narrow piece, and if you're doing this by mail, I have pre-embossed this, but let me run and do that real quick because I forgot that I needed to do that for this one. Otherwise I would have come to the video with it all done. All right, so just there we go. Okay, so this was embossed with the timber embossing folder. And let's see, the basket is pretty full, so let's see what we got in here. Okay. Oh, my nose is snuffly. I think I went out to take the trash. I don't know if there's something out there or if somebody raised some dust or what's going on, but anyway. All right, so let me put a little bit of scrap down so I don't get everything all inky. So I'm just going to use a sponge dauber, pick up some soft suede ink, and just lightly kind of go over the top. Okay, so I'm trying not to push real hard because what I want to get is just I just want to catch those raised bits. Okay, I don't want the ink to go way down in. I want to keep the cardstock color the way it is, and I just want to add some color like that. Okay. And it doesn't all have to be exactly the same tone. It's just going to, because wood isn't like that. Okay. All right. So I had already embossed this one. So let's grab, oh, excuse me, my white pad. Now I have done direct to paper, and you can see there's a little bit of ink, cherry cobbler up at the top, but you can also do it with a sponge. Okay, and what you want to do is just add a little white, and you're trying to get, again, just the top corners, those bricks, because brick is not flat bread. Okay, I have never seen a brick yet that looked like this until you add a little bit of, okay? So that just helps with the definition. It helps show that off a little bit, okay? And you can go a little heavier in some spots than others. It all works, okay? There, all right. So that's all of our sponging for the moment. We can set those over there. And we have our bottle. And we have some scrap. And we have our cardstock. Okay. So, well, let's do this one so we can get that out of the way. Okay, so you're going to take your 3x3, and I just put it in here. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to ink one in the one that is predominantly leaves. I'm going to ink in Old Olive. So I'm just going to ink that up with my light taps. Okay. And then I'm just going to press this down. I'm still trying to get to the library to make my own tool with their 3D printer. Okay, that looks really good. All right, then we're going to take the Orchid Oasis and ink the flowers. And we're going to just close that one. Okay, and again, give it some nice even pressure all around. And you get your beautiful flowers. Now, you're going to need to, if you're doing it the way I designed the card, you're going to fussy cut this out, okay? Because what you want it to look like is this. Okay, I'm not going to take the time to fussy cut this whole thing right now. Now you'll see that there's a little bit of ink. I took the Wink-A-Stella and went over some of the blooms. Okay. All right, but let's get that bottle done. Now, you'll notice that the actual bottle is lighter than this definition. So what you want to do is use your, well, I used Old Olive because I wanted it to be a dark, you know, an aged green bottle. So you're going to ink up your bottle, and then you're going to sort of lightly just touch off. And it's okay if it's not perfectly even. That's all right. All right, and we're just going to press that nice and firm. Give it a second to let all that ink transfer, and you get that. Now, what you want to do is you want to take your full strength and kind of line it up. I have to kind of be standing. You may hear the stool move. Like that. And it's okay if it's not perfect. So you just get the bottle. You get a little bit of definition. Okay, that's all that's for. Okay, so then we're going to take the bottle punch and punch that out. Okay, so you have that, and then your flowers would fit if you fussy cut. I'll just do the bottom edge. And you move the paper, not the scissors, so you get the smoother cuts. Okay. So you're just going to kind of cut around. And you can leave as much white around the edge as you want. You can be really picky, or you can just kind of go pretty loose and just kind of follow the edge around a little bit. And if you get a big chunk, just cut it off. So then you've got your brick wall, you've got your tabletop, and you've got your bottle with the flowers. Okay? All right. Looks like I cut this one a little wee bit too big. That's all right. We'll put it together and then I'll cut it off. All right. So let's add some adhesive to the bottom here. And you want to just overlap them just a tiny bit. Okay. There. All right. So let's get that covered up. Get it nice and even on one side. That should fit Yep, looks good. So then we'll just cut this nice and straight and even. It's a board, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Well, probably the carpenter made it pretty good. I don't know. Anyway, all right. So I was watching another demonstrator today, and she did this. She did her card one way, and she flipped it inside out, and then she flipped it back. And she said she had a nice, okay, I see that that fold is pretty nice, and it does stay closed better. All right, I might be sold on that. That might be a hint that I have to teach in a video. All right, so let's add our front, okay? And then you can kind of decide how far back on your table you want your bottle, but I would caution you to sort of don't glue that down until you make sure that that your flowers aren't hanging over. Like if you put your bottle way over to the edge, your flowers might hang over, okay? So you want to kind of pay attention and leave a little room for a greeting, okay? So I have a couple choices, and I think this time we'll do the thinking of you, because you know what? You can always slap happy birthday on the inside if it's somebody's birthday. So I'm gonna just shoot for the middle and then grab the double oval punch here and put it in here like that. And oh, you know what? I'm gonna need one more sponge dauber so that, let's see if this one's clean. I don't think it is. Oh, does appear to be. All right, maybe we can just get a little bit around that edge. There, okay. All right. And then you can just add this on with dimensionals. And we'll be all set. And I chose, you can choose to put your greeting anywhere you want. I chose to use, to kind of come down here where the table and the wall meet, but you don't have to. I just thought that was nice with the flowers up there. It kind of balanced things a little bit, okay? All right, thanks so much for joining me this month. Bye-bye.